Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Captain Kirk is back, and Star Trek has revealed a first look at the Starfleet icon's return. Kirk seemingly died in Star Trek Generations, but IDW's knew the last starship has brought him back during the galaxy's darkest hour, and in a preview for issue 2, Kirk is given a daring new mission: save the Federation. IDW Publishing has released a preview for Star Trek The Last Starship #2, which will be written by Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly and drawn by Adrian Benilla. The 4-page preview features a newly revived James Kirk holding court with Admiral Sato, who is desperately trying to hold the Federation together. Captain Kirk is one of pop culture's more endearing icons. Initially portrayed by William Shatner, Kirk was the skipper of the Enterprise, overseeing a historic 5-year mission that cemented his place as a Starfleet legend. Although Kirk perished fighting Dr. Tolian Saran in Generations, his legacy of heroism and courage continue to live on. And it is this legacy that will be explored in Star Trek The Last Starship, set in the 30th century, right after the devastating burn that brought galactic civilization to a halt. The last starship finds Kirk and a new crew charged with a seemingly impossible task: to save the Federation and its lofty ideals. Captain Kirk is the ideal individual to be given such a task. By the time of the burn, Kirk had become an almost mythological figure to the Federation and Starfleet. The burn stretched the beliefs and tenets of the Federation to their breaking point, and now Kirk must find a way to ensure their survival. Kirk's return to a Federation on the brink of collapse was set into motion by a most unlikely force: the Borg. At the end of Star Trek Picard's second season, a renegade faction of the Borg, centered around Dr. Agnes Jurati as their queen, were introduced, but promptly forgotten about as the show shifted to a full Next Generation reunion. Lansing, Kelly, and Benilla have revived this plot line and used it to brilliant effect in Star Trek The Last Starship. The Borg's motivations for reviving Kirk are vague, with Jurati Queen merely saying they were repaying a debt. The Borg's mysterious reasons, coupled with the godlike technology used to revive Kirk, have cast a shadow over the icon's return. However, Starfleet and the Federation are not in a position to say no to the Borg's plan. The burn, as seen in Star Trek Discovery, destroyed the galaxy's supply of dilithium, an element central to warp drive. With interstellar travel, at least over great distances, off the table, the state of galactic affairs is grim. And the preview for Star Trek The Last Starship #2 gives fans their best look at the first days of Captain Kirk's new mission. Sato explains to Kirk the stakes are higher than anything he has faced before. Yet Captain Kirk is a Starfleet icon for a reason, and Star Trek The Last Starship reminds fans why. The galaxy just got a lot brighter. Star Trek fans across generations are buzzing with excitement as Paramount has finally revealed the first look at Captain James T. Kirk's long-awaited return. It's the comeback no one saw coming, and yet everyone hoped for. The legendary Starfleet captain, once portrayed with unmatched charisma by William Shatner and reimagined with bold energy by Chris Pine, is stepping back into the captain's chair in a way that bridges universes, timelines, and hearts. According to the newly released teaser, this return isn't just a nostalgic cameo. It's a central story pivot that will redefine the future of Star Trek itself, a move blending classic Trek spirit with cutting-edge cinematic storytelling. The shot opens on a silent starfield. The camera pans slowly over a new starship, sleek, powerful, and glowing with Federation insignia. Then, the voice everyone recognizes echoes through space, to boldly go, followed by the unmistakable pause and confident tone, where no one has gone before. The music swells. The bridge lights up. A shadowed figure turns, and there he is, Captain Kirk, the legacy reborn. In this new vision, Kirk isn't just returning as a symbol of nostalgia. He's coming back as a pivotal figure in a fractured Starfleet era, set decades after his last canonical appearance. This version of Kirk, fans have learned, has been pulled from a temporal flux, a consequence of a mysterious event tied to both the Kelvin and Prime timelines. The producers have confirmed that the upcoming series, titled Star Trek Resurrection will explore the consequences of temporal interference across realities, setting the stage for a massive crossover that unites multiple incarnations of Trek heroes. Kirk's reappearance raises one burning question. How did he survive the Nexus, the cosmic ribbon of energy that trapped him after Star Trek Generations? The teaser hints that Starfleet's temporal division, newly formed after years of time anomalies, discovered fragments of Kirk's existence preserved in subspace echoes. Using experimental quantum retrieval technology, they managed to reconstruct his consciousness and physical form. The result? A man out of time, struggling to make sense of a galaxy that has evolved far beyond the frontier he once knew. A galaxy changed, a captain the same. The emotional weight of Kirk's return lies not in his triumph, but in his displacement. Starfleet is no longer the idealistic beacon it once was. Torn between political factions, artificial intelligence oversight, and interstellar distrust, the Federation's once unified mission of exploration has been overshadowed by fear and surveillance. Into this atmosphere steps a man who once believed in exploration above all. Early script leaks suggest that Kirk's first words upon awakening in the 25th century are pure Trek poetry. The stars haven't changed, just the people looking at them. That line alone encapsulates everything about his character, his optimism, his courage, and his defiance in the face of cynicism. As he acclimates to this new era, Kirk reportedly clashes with Starfleet Command's bureaucratic leadership, whose reliance on predictive AI protocols leaves little room for human instinct or risk-taking. A new admiral, played by Star Trek Picard alum Michelle Hurd, questions whether there's still a place for someone like Kirk in a Starfleet obsessed with perfection and safety. Her words, "We've moved beyond your kind of command," only fuel Kirk's determination to prove that heart still matters more than algorithms. The Enterprise reimagined. Perhaps the most breathtaking moment of the teaser comes when the camera pans across a massive new starship. The USS Enterprise NCC 1701F Kirk refit. It's a design that honors the iconic silhouette of the Constitution class while integrating 25th century engineering. The saucer section gleams with gold-tinted panels, the nacelles stretch wider and sleeker, and the warp core pulses with experimental quantum flux energy. Fans immediately notice the return of the classic captain's chair, polished, iconic, yet upgraded with holographic controls. When Kirk steps onto the bridge and takes his seat, the crew around him, a diverse new generation of explorers, looks on with awe. The teaser closes with his trademark smirk and a line that could have come straight from the 1960s series. Let's see what's out there again. Cast of legends and newcomers. The project brings together a dream ensemble. Paul Wesley, who has portrayed a younger Kirk in Star Trek Strange New Worlds, will return in dual form, appearing both as flashback Kirk and as the younger mental echo guiding the older version's transition into this new time. Rumors suggest that William Shatner, now 94, but still full of fire, recorded special holographic logs that appear throughout the series as messages from Kirk's past to his future self. Joining the bridge are several key newcomers. Commander Alara Venn, played by Jessica Henwick, a former Starfleet scientist who helped revive Kirk, serving as his science officer and moral compass. Lieutenant Jax Corin Jordan Fisher, a pilot who grew up idolizing Kirk and now finds himself questioning the legend's methods. Dr. Elise Rayner Rosario Dawson, a medical officer who views Kirk's revival as both a scientific miracle and an ethical nightmare. Together, they form a crew torn between reverence for the past and the challenge of creating a future worth believing in. The philosophy of return. At its core, Star Trek Resurrection isn't just about bringing Kirk back. It's about what his return means to the soul of Starfleet and to the audience. In a galaxy where machines calculate decisions faster than human minds, Kirk's brand of command reminds everyone that courage, curiosity, and imperfection define progress. The series showrunner, Alex Kurtzman, recently described the season as a love letter to Star Trek's belief in the impossible. He elaborated that Kirk represents the audacity to challenge fate, something Star Trek has always stood for. This version of the captain won't merely relive his old adventures. He'll confront the consequences of his choices, the lives lost under his command, and the legacy that both inspired and haunted generations of officers. The Great Unknown. The teaser ends with a haunting image, Kirk staring into a wormhole that ripples with energy resembling the Nexus itself. His voice, calm but resolute, says, "Every time I thought my journey was over, the stars called me back. Maybe they're not done with me yet." It's a line that perfectly captures the spirit of Star Trek, the endless call of discovery, even when the odds seem insurmountable. For a franchise built on exploring the human condition through the lens of the cosmos, Kirk's return is more than fan service. It's a reminder that exploration of the stars, of ourselves, of our values, never truly ends. Final thoughts. The announcement of Captain Kirk's comeback has reignited the fire that first made Star Trek a cultural phenomenon. From Shatner's commanding presence to Pine's bold reimagining, Kirk has always been more than a character. He's an ideal, a dreamer in uniform. His return, in whatever timeline or reality, feels like the universe remembering what made it worth exploring in the first place. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.